baby. We're going to be here all day. We're going to be here all day, baby. I like this kind of party.
Welcome back to the Wayback. I'm Ryan Sickler, RyanSickler.com, and Ryan Sickler on all your social media. Please come out and see me on tour, all right? If I'm in your town when you're around, all tickets are available at RyanSickler.com. We're out there doing it on the Live and Alive tour. Very excited to have my guest back here in the Wayback with me today. Ladies and gentlemen, Gareth Reynolds. Welcome to the Wayback, my friend.
Thank you, Ryan. It's good
great,
to be here.
It's great
your
to
other
have you
podcast.
Here. My other podcast. Yeah.
Shorter.
It's built.
Less.
You're going to sit here and shit on me, but let me tell you something. And let me tell you something. The people in the comment section agree with Gary right here.
Gareth.
This is a very tailored podcast
I like
for the 80s.
Yeah.
It dips into the 70s a little bit because I was born in 73, but I grew up in the 80s, baby.
I'm 79.
Are you really?
Years old.
So there you go. The wagon facing out.
Yeah.
Wood panel, old radio.
The wood panel is so familiar.
If you look at the video, you'll see the nice touches of rounded corners, okay? We were going to post in 4x3. It's just like, it was easy.
It was.
Wallpaper was a pain in the ass. All you had to do a wood panel was just ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta.
It really,
done,
it
bro.
was bad.
Done.
Bad.
But we got rounded corners. Everything back in the 80s, the sitcom was 30 minutes, like 22 and a half was commercials.
Yep.
These shows are tailored for that reason. That's why. And Kirsten does a great job. Martine. Sam Volin is really he's the guy behind the scenes that really brings the life to the show.
He's the guy I saw in the bathroom?
Yeah, in the bathroom. Where
he lives there?
He lives there and works. Well, that's a live-work situation.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
All right.
And he's the one bringing the photos and more of the life into the show for sure. So that's who everybody is. And you're Gareth Reynolds.
Yeah.
What would you like to promote, Gareth Reynolds?
Well, you can listen to my new podcast, We're Here to Help, with Jake Johnson. You can listen to my old podcast, The Dollop, or The Pastimes, which Ryan was on, even though he says we duped him. I'm on the road, about to start the Gareth Reynolds World Tour, only in America. And you can go to GarethReynolds.com for those, and at Reynolds Gareth on all social media. Follow me on Instagram. I'm at 82,000. I just want to get to 100. Do you feel relief when you get to 100?
No.
Remember when we didn't have social media?
I remember this. We're not going to talk about this, but I do remember a club manager one time coming to me and going, hit me up when you have 10,000 followers on Facebook. No, I was like, now somebody's like, you 10,000, that's all you got? You know what I mean? But let's go back to the beginning here. You're born in 79. Were you born in England?
No, born in Wisconsin to English parents.
And then did you go over to England for a little while?
Yeah, I mean, visited. Right? Yeah,
you never went to school or anything over there? Okay,
no.
So all right.
Soccer camp.
You did?
Yeah, and I was like, wow, they're far better. Like, their worst kid was like, man, yo, I was like, that's cool.
They're so good.
So good. But football, I'd be throwing a football, and they'd be like, he could throw it so far. I'd be like, it's just a dart, dude. Draw it up in the psych. I was like taking advantage of that.
Back there in the dirt.
Yeah, I was. I was like, yeah, it's called a slant, dumbass. He was like, a slant? Oh, gosh, I'm overwhelmed.
So we were talking before, and you said you always knew, look at Princess Loves You. You wanted to perform.
Yeah.
You were always into it.
Super early.
And so did you do class plays and stuff?
Yeah, I remember very vividly the first play I did was like Goldilocks and the Three Bears when I was like, oh, wow, that's crazy.
Is this young Gareth Reynolds
that
right
was
here?
me. That was me in Charlotte's Web.
Is that what that is there?
Yeah,
really?
so I also
How old are you here?
I think I was probably 40.
10?
I'd just been fired. I was down at the plant, and they just laid me off.
You do look like they just laid you off.
I was just like, man, I'll tell you
this
what.
is some bullshit.
Well, they broke the strike, Marge.
What are you, about 10 here?
Yeah,
Elementary school
probably
play?
11 or so. I really wanted to be the pig in Charlotte's Web. And if looking at me, I don't know how they cast someone else, because I do look like a boy pig. But I the good part always eluded me until I got to high school. But that was Charlotte's Web, and I remember so early being like into performing, into reactions from an audience right away. I remember the first laugh I got in front of an audience, and I was like, "Holy shit!" And I don't have a lot of memories from that era, but I remember so clearly being like, "Holy." That was the best.
I have to say, I think the moment that it hit me in the main line was I was in first grade, and we were doing this. I want to say, and look, this is the way I remember it. It was like Christmas. It was a Christmas play.
Sure.
Somehow mixed with Star Wars.
Sure, of course.
This is
absolutely
in the 70s.
Yep.
And Star Wars had just dropped. And
Christmas 2 just started
like,
then, I believe, if memory serves. Yeah, they both just come out that summer.
Darth Vader. I remember Darth Vader being in this play for some
Good
damn
Lord.
reason. I can't tell you why. I might be mixing two things.
That's when the theater teacher had to home grow. He's like, dude, I bet you they'd let me do the Darth Vader in the fucking Christmas play, dude. I'm for real. Oh, there's a lot of seeds in this. Seeds are popping in the joint.
So, first grade, I'm playing Santa. I've got the lead in this play.
Normally a great role, but then they put in Star Wars.
I don't know what happened there, but I'm playing Santa, and both of my grandmothers are coming to this play.
Wow.
They're like, listen, we're going to be super emotional when we see you. You know, we'll try to sit in the back. Don't worry. Don't look at us or anything. We're going to be crying. We don't want to distract you. And I was like, okay. They're like, we're
this is quite
so proud.
I never got anything like that from anyone who saw me forever.
They're like, oh my God, we're probably going to bust out in tears. And I remember the play. I don't come in for a few minutes because I'm Santa. I got to make an entrance. You know what I mean? You don't come out the top. Darth Vader comes out, Chewbacca, you know.
Oh, wow. They're out early. The openers. All right, well, that's my time.
Hit them quick.
You're going to love your headliner.
Here's the thing. I don't care.
You know from Christmas.
Who you... I don't care who you were. Even if Darth Vader was the greatest thing when it first came out, it doesn't beat Santa.
No.
It just doesn't beat Santa.
No.
So I can come out whenever the fuck I want to come out.
Yeah. Wow, Jesus. You had that diva attitude early.
And I come
Santa,
out.
it's time. It's time when I say it's time.
I come out in a Santa suit with a pillow and everything. I got the beard. And my two grandmothers are right here in the front row. And they start pissing themselves, just howling, laughing, like, you gotta be fucking kidding. They're not sentimental at all.
Yeah.
They are rolling, and I fucking loved it. They were falling on each other like, oh yeah. And I fucking...
What are you saying? What you're doing?
Nothing. I just walked out at first.
Oh, you just walked out?
I just walked out. I got a big smile under that beard, and I was like, I remember that feeling so good.
Yeah.
That, like, wow.
The rush.
They're and then afterwards, that's when they were like, we thought we were going to cry. That shit was so funny. And we do the whole play, and then at the end, I'm in the sleigh. So they just had a red wagon with like 8 kids pulling the wagon.
Yeah.
And they're going so fast. We go around the back, and I'll never forget the wagon tipped by the ice cream freezer. Hall crashed. They are pissing themselves. And I got to say, I guess that's where I got bit by the bug.
Oh, yeah. I think I just will never forget that feeling. I was like a ham. Like, I remember when I was like 5, someone saying, "You're such a character," and me not knowing what it meant, because to me, a character was like a cartoon character. But I just remember, like, I just continued to do everything I could to perform. This is when I used to beat up guys who owed me Vicks.
Look at you.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Biting the lips, so serious.
Look, mate, we're not angry at you. We're angry at the situation. We're just here on behalf of, look, Clarence isn't angry, but we're going to take your thumbs, mate. We're going to take your thumbs real soon.
Look at this.
Yeah, little bruiser. Speaking of Luke Skywalker. But yeah, and then I just continued to like do everything I could to get into like theater. That was all I knew.
So what was your first play in like elementary school or whatever?
I mean, it wasn't until like middle school that you could really go out for plays. And I'd go out for all the plays, and I wouldn't get cast in the plays a lot. And I remember being so upset, like the drama teacher wouldn't cast me. Even when I was like in French class, like I was thinking about this the other day, like, so this memory truly just popped into my head. I was like, this is insane. I was in French class, and they held auditions to be the big bad wolf. We were doing Little Red Riding Hood, all in French. And they held auditions, and, you know, whatever, I wanted to be the big bad wolf. That's the main part. I don't know if I got cast as anything, but I didn't get the big bad wolf. They gave it to this guy, Ron Taylor. So Ron Taylor was rehearsing. We were like, I think in class rehearsing, which is a great class.
Now, are you being his understudy or anything like
nothing.
that? Nothing.
Just like fucking.
Just like, fuck
yeah,
you,
just
Ron
sitting there
Taylor.
like, wow, Ron, you nailed it. I thought you were going to eat her. And then the day before or the day of, I think the day of, Ron, and we were going to perform it in front of the high school. So I was in 5th grade.
Okay, so you're doing it at the high school, in their auditorium.
Yes.
For the high school kids, or is this anyone could come?
For the high school kids.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Like they're forced to go.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, if they weren't forced to go, I don't know how many would have showed up.
Yeah.
And if they did show up, I think it's a trap.
They're definitely
just like,
going.
he likes
They're
kids.
forced to go for sure.
So,
you're all going to be there, or you're getting an F in class. Like, God damn it.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Kids.
So the day of, I mean, it's a daunting thing. So the day of, Ron Taylor's like, I don't want to do it. And so the French teacher's like, will anyone be the big bad wolf?
Hold up, Ron Taylor just bails day of?
Yeah, he's like, can't do it.
Princess doesn't even like it. That's right. Fuck Ron Taylor.
So he bails, and she's like, will anyone do it? And I was just like, I'll do it.
You just raise your hand.
Yeah, I was like, I'll try. I wasn't like fluent in French. So she was like, if you don't know a line, I'll just feed it to you. Mm-hmm. So I was like, okay. So I went in front of the high school, and I, was able to memorize some of it. And then when I couldn't, I'd just be like, line. And she'd be like, j'étudiais la vie. And I'd be like, j'étudiais. Blah. But it was like so, and she even said before she went up, she's like, this is crazy, but one of the kids can't perform, so Gareth's going to do it. And I just went up there. And
wait, she announced that to the whole auditorium?
Well, because otherwise they're going to be like, man, this guy really slacked off. Just be like, the big bad wolf is really, he was really distracted.
The majority of those kids probably don't speak French at all. Don't know what the fuck
Great point. I could have just.
You could have been like, je te laisse aller le
L'Arc de Triomphe, Notre Dame.
You could have done that the whole time.
Man, he's pretty fucking good. I think he is going to eat.
Rolling those R's.
Yeah. But she, like, she was like, after, she's like, you're so brave. And I was just kind of like, well, this lady's really overdoing it. Because I was just like, I just wanted to get in front of a crowd, and I was bombing for sure, but I just enjoyed the.
Were they laughing though, or
I don't remember.
No,
I would imagine not. Maybe a little bit, but I think they were probably all.
Well, what's Ron Taylor doing while you're stepping up to the plate?
He's on Broadway. No, I don't know. We lost touch. I have no idea. But
we lost touch, he said. 5th grade.
Yeah. Yeah. No, he was just sitting there. He was just like, man. Yeah, he was just sitting there like, this is brutal.
Smoking with his beret on.
Yeah. He's like, he's really going through it up there. This sucks.
Yeah, it's a big part. And are you dressed in a costume too?
I don't even think so.
No.
I think it was
are you in the bed the whole time with the big eyes and playing Granny, or are you running around?
No, because I think it was French class. It wasn't like a French production. It was just like French. So I think I was just standing there like myself, just like
reading Big Bad Wolf lines.
Just like, yeah, standing there trying to be an imposing figure. The more we dig into it, the more I'm like, this must have been horrible.
I mean,
for anyone to watch.
I'm just trying to think of the seniors sitting and watching.
That's what I'm thinking of. And they're just like, man, this is
like
horrible.
Which one's the wolf?
Yeah,
you don't know who's saying what.
Yeah. But I was a sucker for that punishment, and I would get so. It wasn't until high school where I actually started to get parts in things, and then I would murder them. But I always took it so hard. It's all I wanted to do was perform.
Did you ever get cut?
Not really.
It was ice cold back then. I was, knock on wood. I don't need to knock on wood anymore. I was good. I was good.
You can knock on the
Sports or anything.
Yeah.
I can
with that panel.
Sports or anything. The way you got cut was you'd all go do your tryouts.
Yeah.
And then we'd all walk up and a list.
That's how they did the plays. Yeah.
Of people who made it were on there.
Yes.
And you very quickly knew who wasn't on there. And you would see them slink off into the back and stuff.
I remember it.
What a way.
I remember checking that list for roles and plays so vividly.
We used to, also, the coach would do an announcement sometime. All right, here are the guys who are making it.
Yeah,
and then go through like, Jesus Christ, he's not even doing it alphabetical. Oh my God,
you was a psychopath. You're killing some of us. Yeah.
I want to talk about something that's interesting to me. We were talking before the show, and you said that your father growing up was anti-TV and anti-sugar.
Yeah.
The days are warmer, the walks are longer, and one easy way to help your dog shine this season is with fresh, healthy food from The Farmer's Dog. The Farmer's Dog makes real, fresh dog food and delivers it right to your door. Recipes are developed by vet nutritionists. They're made from real meat and veggies, and they even go a step further and send all the food pre-portioned specifically for your dog based on their unique needs. This makes it easy to help your dog maintain their ideal weight, one of the biggest predictors of a full, healthy life. Look, little Princess Lily Rose here loves the farmer's dog. Chicken and turkey are her favorite, but we also have the beef. Comes pre-portioned, like I said. Her name is on it, and boom, it's all right there for her. She loves it. It doesn't matter if your dog is young or old. It's always the right time to begin investing in their health. That means more happy, healthy, and full years together. Get 50% off your first box of fresh, healthy food at thefarmersdog.com/wayback. Plus, get free shipping. Princess will tell you. Just go to thefarmersdog.com/wayback to get 50% off. That's thefarmersdog.com/wayback. Did you ever play the over-under game with your friends? You know, something like, I think I can eat that slice of pizza in under 30 seconds, or I know it'll take over a minute to down that 2-liter. If you have, then you're going to love Pick Six, the new fantasy game from DraftKings, an official partner of the NBA. One of the cool things about Pick Six is that you don't have to know a thing about basketball. You can still play and have fun. Here's how to play during the NBA playoffs. You pick between 2 and 6 players, and you'll choose if they'll have more or less of a stat: rebounds, points, assists, and more. You track your picks and you play against others for a shot to win huge cash prizes. Download the new DraftKings Pick Six app now and use code Sickler for a shot at huge cash prizes. That's code Sickler only on DraftKings Pick Six. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 18 plus in most eligible states. Age varies by jurisdiction. Eligibility restrictions apply. Pick Six not available in all states, including but not limited to Connecticut and New York. For up-to-date list of states, visit dkng.co/pick6states. Void where prohibited. See terms at pick6.draftkings.com/promos. And you have one brother? Is there 2 of you total?
Well, growing up, I had one brother. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what?
And he was 12 years older. And my dad was like super. Yeah, there we are. Yeah, you can tell there's a bit of a height difference.
Man, this is exactly like
By the
my
way,
daughter and her brother. 12-year
you can see
difference.
the basketball hoop in the previous picture, how it was a very frustrating experience because there was no. First of all, that backboard started falling off real quick, but then we would put the little ladder there. For dunks. My brother would go up there and be like, "Oh,
yeah, run up and
he's
dunk."
hero."
Right?
But
Or
yeah,
no?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I'm looking at thinking,
Yeah.
oh, I'm dunking on
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. And I'm on my. By the way, that is not illegal. You cannot actually have a little motorbike during an NBA game.
Bro, the bowl cut on you there
It's
is
not good.
Phenomenal.
It's
great.
Don't you realize how old you are?
I'm not saying it's a good hairstyle. I'm just saying
I don't need that
is a
part.
well done, horrible haircut.
Well, listen, when you go to Valiant's, where I went to Valiant Cuts,
is that what it was called?
and my brother's wearing
Hold on,
legal.
is that what it was called?
No.
Oh.
I just look like Prince Valiant there. It's like not good.
Go back there for a second. Look at your brother in the docksides.
I was just gonna say,
with white socks. That was
playing
such the look,
basketball
bro.
with docksiders.
Yeah.
Asking for
is it docksiders?
wasn't it?
I don't know.
I don't remember. But
Boat
yeah,
shoes.
This is back when I was in the force, by the way. But yeah, so my dad was very he was super health conscious, and I mean he made right decisions for an adult. You know, he's like, you don't want to sit there and watch TV all night, and he didn't want me eating sugar. And so it was definitely a problem between my parents. They would fight over it. But my brother, first of all, when Pee-wee's Playhouse came out, my brother loved it. And so did I. And so my brother would get Captain Crunch or Fruit Loops, and he would put them under his bed. And then we would get up early Saturday to watch Pee-wee's Playhouse, and he would pour us bowl after bowl of sugared cereal without my dad knowing.
In your bedroom?
No, in the living room, so my
okay.
dad would still be passed out.
Got it.
And then the other thing was my dad one time.
How do you hide that though? The bowls.
I mean, it was ambitious. My brother would cover our tracks.
He's pretty much 14.
Yeah,
at this
he's
point,
an adult, so he would be dude, just hurry up. You know, I'd be like, shit. You know, yeah. I'd be like, fuck.
Power eating.
You
Fruit
can't hide
Loops.
that Captain Crunch roof of the mouth either. He'd be like, you're really not rolling your R's like you did in the French play. I'd be like, oh, it burns. And then my dad one time banned TV. He told me, I was like, you cannot watch TV.
Is this for him too?
No,
or is
me.
it just you guys?
Me.
Oh, you
My dad
only.
would put me on a 1 hour pitch count of TV, and I would literally watch 2 episodes of The Monkees.
Mm-hmm.
And he'd be like, you've seen these. He couldn't fathom it. But eventually he was like, no more TV. I think I was being punished. He goes, you cannot watch TV anymore. And my brother came home from his job or school or whatever, and he was like, what he said, you can't watch TV? I was like, yeah. So my brother, you remember you used to have those cardboard bricks? Do you remember you used to build with like cardboard bricks? You have any idea what I'm talking about? Yeah, you remember what I'm talking. Yeah, it was just like these.
Yeah,
you
we
just
didn't
build
have
with
those.
these.
We
You
didn't
just be
have
like,
those. We had Legos.
Yeah. Oh, ooh la la.
Yeah.
But so my brother, I had a bunch of those cardboard bricks. So my brother stacked the cardboard bricks over the TV and then turned the TV on, and so we could listen to the TV.
Your brother's a G, man.
And so my dad came home and he was fucking furious because my brother wasn't in the room
so
when
you
he
could hear it. but
Yeah,
you
he was
couldn't-
like, I said no TV, and my brother goes, you said no watching TV. And he was like, yeah, he like lost his mind, you know. But so my brother would always like help me with shit like that, and it was a constant battle with my father trying to like, you know, just kind of like put me on like a whole grain diet when I was like, I'm 8.
yeah, for
Like,
real.
what are you talking? You know, he'd be like, a
can't do
carrot
that.
is just as satisfying as a Twix.
That's
and I was
what
like,
happened
legally.
to Todd Marinovich. Do you remember Todd
Yeah,
Marinovich,
yeah.
quarterback?
By the way, you saw me.
Look at you, redhead. You were on your path. You were on the Todd
If
Marinovich
only.
path.
I was not a great one.
I'll tell you.
Yeah, I would have done heroin.
Was he strict in the sense that you couldn't like have sleepovers? Did you guys have sleepovers at your house, or did you go to them? Or
Yeah,
what?
both. Absolutely.
So
yeah.
what's it like? This is when I discovered things too. Like that's when you start seeing, I say it all the time, like you go to someone else's house and you see the way they live and I'm like, man, you guys get hugs?
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Shit
Yeah.
like that. You're like, oh, you
know
your
what I
mom's
know?
not
I was
yelling
like-
at you? Your mom's
I was like,
laughing
your
with
parents
you
don't
right
argue?
now?
I was
Yeah.
like, oh, your parents seem to
Right.
love each other.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah.
What's
It's-
that like?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I also remember the sugar cereals. Because
Dude.
it was like you could have, like, I would be over there and I'd be like, we should probably do a little more Cookie Crisp for dinner, right? And people would be like, what? I'd be like, well, let's take advantage of it while we're here.
Y'all got honeycomb?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. They'd be like, where's the Cookie Crisp? I'd be like, I don't know. So I got a big boxy torso, but that is unrelated. I gotta go.
Stealing people's fucking cereal.
Yeah.
As a kid,
Yeah.
like we don't get this at home.
Cereal theft. But also I remember like like pizza, the next day donuts. Like truly when my parents like split, it was like it was very difficult, but I was also like, man, we can finally like Saddam Hussein is dead. I was like, we can fucking talk out loud about our feelings. I'd be like, we need to get more Pizza Hut up in this motherfucker. Like my mother's like, do whatever. And it was crazy. But yeah, I remember the sugared cereals. And I went to school with like rich kids. So I would just be like, holy shit. Like I remember the first time I saw the Nintendo glove.
Oh,
And
man.
remember the
Bring
like
that. I forgot
remember
about
the Nintendo like
glove.
the little like pad you could run on?
Yeah, I do remember the
Like
run
I
pad.
I remember seeing extensions into the Nintendo world that I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, the power
yeah.
glove. I don't even remember how the fuck that thing worked, but I just remember like, you know, they had more shit and it was just the donuts the next morning. I always remember donuts the next morning. It was the sugar, it was the level of snacks were off the charts. Whereas my house, like people come over and I'd be like, do you want some peas? And people would be like, what? I'd be like, you're going to go to hell for the next 12 hours, my friend.
They're going back
And my dad's in town. If my dad was gone, my mother would be like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, we were only allowed to listen to the TV at Gareth's house.
Yeah.
Oh,
Don't move that brick. Legally, we're clear. Do not move any of those bricks. How many times do I have to tell you? Do you also remember when you'd have a sleepover, like you'd have the anxiety of hosting and you'd maybe be a little more like, I feel like I'd be a little more agitated. Like I'd be like, don't touch that.
I've got my mom watches this, and my mom was not a good person when we were growing up.
Really?
Okay? She
Yeah.
knows it. And people didn't want to spend the night at our house because they were fucking scared of my mom. My mom's
Really?
6 foot tall.
Oh, shit.
She's bigger than me. And my friend Matt Schilling, he came over one time, and it was one of these where his dad drops him off in the blue Ford F-150.
Mm-hmm.
And he shows up at my door with a sleeping bag. And
like
then
Fight Club.
But then I see his dad driving away. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, can I spend the night? I'm like, I gotta go ask my mom. Like terrified.
Wow.
Mom, what? Can Matt spend the night? No. His dad already left. God damn it. Like, but here's the thing. You hear that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
not quiet. You're
Yeah.
hearing that. The kid who has to spend the night that's the welcome.
Oh, yeah.
Like, God.
I do remember. I remember many times feeling like quite an imposition.
These now. That's good.
I remember feeling like an imposition all the time.
Like it's a problem.
Yeah, just being like,
you didn't ask your parents first.
Yeah, or parents, or just hearing like a dad be like, Gareth, God damn it.
And it's always like,
hello.
Gareth wants to know if he can spend a night. Like you've been pressing.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
Like
yeah,
you're
yeah.
the problem.
Yeah,
Dude,
he'd
my
like to
mom-
negotiate.
The next morning, this is Eric Snyder, who's been mentioned a ton on this, and he's a big football dude too. Like these are not little tiny, even back then, boys. And he was allowed to spend the night before, and then we get up in the morning and we're having breakfast. My mom's like, "Do you want some more eggs, Eric?" And he goes, "Yeah, I'll have some more eggs." She goes, "Jesus Christ."
Maybe not. I don't know. Feels trying to read the room a little.
He looked at me like this. I'm laughing because I'm like, this is the abuse I'm used to. You know what I mean? I'm glad somebody else is getting the dish of it.
You were probably like, what the fuck is he doing?
Jesus Christ, I couldn't believe he said
He looks
more.
like
And
Oliver,
she
dude. What
said,
are you doing?
Jesus Christ, out loud. He brings it up to me still to this day, man. He's like, hey, he'll text me, "Hey, Eric, you want some eggs?"
So then
Yeah,
when you would
Jesus
go
Christ.
when you would go to other people's place, would you just be like,
Here's the thing. My friends would go back to their parents and tell them what was going on. So
right.
when I came over there, I was they rolled out the red
Really?
carpet. Oh, my God.
I would get
Do
that
you
too
want
a
some
little
of this?
bit, yeah.
Do you want a hug?
Yeah.
How you doing? How are
more
things?
eggs? Eggs for your drive home?
Here's another great one. This is one of my favorites, too. It's Matt Schilling again, and he still brings this one up to me. We're in like 7th grade. I've already had dinner. One of our staples was pizza English muffins. Did you ever make pizza English muffins?
No, but I can tell you. It's basically French bread pizza, but on muffins. Yeah.
Bingo. Little English muffin, little Don Pepino, pizza sauce, some fresh mozzarella on top. That's it. Anybody can make that.
Sure.
So I've eaten that already. And now my friend Matt has come over, and it's 8:30.
This is hilarious. This is great.
We're both in my room, and my mom goes, "Matt, do you want any pizza?" From the kitchen to my room. And Matt goes, "Are you going to have any?" And I go, "Yeah." He goes, "Yeah, I'll have some." I go, "All right, we're coming out." She goes, "Not for you, Ryan." Homeboy had to go sit at the table by himself, and I made him.
Yeah, I'm not.
Why
would I sit here to watch you eat?
Muffins, dude.
This is really good.
I didn't get any more. He got them, and he had to sit out there. And my mom's not talking to him, just slamming cabinets and moving. You know what I mean?
It's worth it.
It's not like, "How are you, man? How are things at school? How are your parents?" It's just slam.
Hurry.
Miserable.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, dude. What about French bread pizza?
Bro.
What the fuck is with that?
What do you mean?
Well, France should be able to legally sue America
You didn't
for
cover it in your play?
No,
Wasn't
it
in French?
I give you a French bread pizza.
It's a piece of bread.
It's a piece of bread.
Well,
If you go to
bro.
France and you're like, "Your pizza," and they're like orange dressing, and be like, "Your dressing," they're like, "What are you talking about?" But we were like, "French dressing is rocket fuel. French bread pizza, regular over there."
Dip it into French dressing.
Oh boy, yeah, little Frenchman appears. But I mean, that to me was like something you stopped eating in 8th grade.
You told me I still have French
Do you
bread.
really?
I mean, maybe like twice a year I'll get
How?
one.
How do you even get it?
Stouffer's.
You're still doing that version.
What other version is
That's
there,
what I
bro?
mean.
That's it. It's Stouffer's.
It's actually Stouffer's. Stouffer's.
Here it is.
French bread pizza. Honestly, my favorite pizza was Domino's thin crust. Pepperoni, black olive, Domino's thin crust, because they did the weird slicing.
Mm-hmm.
I remember the first time I was like, "It's more pizza." And like I needed like a mathematician to be like, "You're being misled." But I was like, "It is," because it felt like way more slices. So I would get like McDonald's fries and a Domino's pizza, and those would just make little sandwiches into those. Because remember the little corner guy, the little corner triangle guy, but when the pizza was too hot to eat, that would cool down the fastest, and you'd be like, "I can have the ends." It was like eating a puzzle. It was that to me was the greatest style of pizza, the Domino's thin crust. My mother has this story she continues to embellish every 2 years, where we were arguing. I was probably 13, something like that, and I ordered a Domino's thin crust pizza. My room was up the stairs, and I got rope somewhere. I got rope. And the pizza guy walked up. I go, "Hey!" I was on the roof, and he was like, "Huh?" And I was like, I threw down like the money. And I was like, "Put it in the rope and tie it up." And he was like, "What?"
Hannibal Lecter
Yeah,
over here?
yeah. I was like,
No,
"Yeah."
what's his name?
Buffalo Bill.
Buffalo Bill.
Yeah, I was like, "All right, who puts the pizza in the rope, or the mother gets the."
And you're fucking Towing it
And
up.
my mother sees it going up, and she's like, "What the
Nah,
fuck?"
she saw
Yeah,
it.
because she was probably like, "I got leverage when he comes down for dinner. I'm gonna," and then he did, and I like pulled it up and put it in my room, and she was like, "God damn!" But it was over a Domino's thin crust pizza.
Do you remember when Domino's had the Noid? Dude,
I remember the Noid.
I had a motorcycle for a brief second, a little FZ600, and I'm living at my grandmother's at the time. I'm driving that through the little town, and there's a Domino's right on the corner, and the Noid's there. He's outside because it's Super Bowl Sunday, and they're giving away
Son of a
Nerf
bitch is
balls
mocking everyone.
if you buy a pizza,
Wow.
right? And I'm sitting at a red light on my motorcycle, and I just said, "Hey, Noid!" And the guy, I mean, he Gareth Reynolds one to me, bro.
Whoa, drew it
He
up in the
fucking
dirt.
Threw it up, boom, hit me right in the chest, and I just said,
Wow.
He's like, "Throw it back." I'm like, "I ain't throwing it back, you dick."
Wow. That is amazing.
Touchdown, bro.
See, he had a bad rap. He was kind of a
Touchdown,
good
bro.
guy. People hated the Noid. Yeah, I remember that. Like all
And it was
those
30
things.
minutes or less, and then someone got in an accident.
That was the craziest shit.
Remember that? Like, we're gonna get it there to you within 30 minutes, or
And a
else
lot of
it's
times
free.
it was late,
And they're killing people out there.
but it
And they're like, "All right,
really
we're gonna
was.
stop that
It
shit."
really was. Like, can you imagine? Like that really
It's
is
kids
such a
just driving your
just
pizza
crazy.
everywhere. Yeah, hauling
Just
ass.
hauling ass.
in
Just
unsafe
fucking
vehicles
worried.
to get a pizza to
Just
someone.
like, dude, I'm sorry. Like, buddy, he's 2 minutes late, my man. Just like, dude, I hit a kid. Sorry, bro. Like, that's not
It's a
good.
great. You make me think. So another thing I'll still do with my cheeseburgers is I'll put fries on the cheeseburger,
Yes.
and that was something my dad showed me,
Yes.
and that's just 100% a thing I eat is a memory, right?
Yes.
I'm making my mouth water again, but you go to In-N-Out, you get their burger, you get their double,
Not their fries.
just the ketchup and mustard.
Yeah.
No, you get the McDonald's
Yeah, right,
fries
yep.
and the Martin's potato roll. That's the perfect fucking burger
You're
right
out of here.
there,
But how
bro.
long is this taking?
Take it. You
This
gotta
is a
prep.
commitment.
Well,
You
you
could
want to
probably
be
make
happy.
this food.
You got to put some effort into it. For God's
Listen,
sake, it doesn't just
you're talking to a guy who
come,
had
you
to
know?
put bricks over his TV to listen to the monkeys. Okay? It's different. But no, I get that. I definitely get that. That's why, like, Primanti Brothers, you ever go there? Primanti Brothers is in Pennsylvania, and their sandwiches are fucking delicious. You should tweet at them next time you're there. They've brought me food before. Their food is great, but they're pretty much like, here's the secret sauce. Coleslaw and fries in every fucking sandwich.
Got it.
And you're just like, oh my God.
Yeah, there's a place here in Westwood called Fat Sal's that puts
Yeah.
like mozzarella sticks and all that stuff on their subs and stuff too. Yeah,
But that putting fries in anything, even now, like I had a real problem on the road with fries. Like I would be like, I'm doing pretty good. Like I'd get a salad and I'd be like, plus have some of them fries. I had 2 times, like the same woman, like female comedian, was like, you got a sure thing, and that woman over there, and I'd be like, I got fries at the hotel, and I didn't realize I said that to her twice. So I said it to her once in New York, and then in this other time in Austin, she was like, that girl really wants to go. I was like, I got these fries. She was like, what's wrong with you? I was like, I love fries. I love fries so much. And I had to like cut.
fries aren't giving you an STD or a baby.
I got STD
or
from fries.
stalking you.
Yeah, I did.
Chili fries.
Yeah.
Let's show them some pictures here. What do we got going on here?
This is probably when I started to get into like improv and really started to be like, I'm a funny guy.
All right.
I would buy my clothes at a thrift store. I would go to the Goodwill for everything, and I would never check sizes. So I would buy pants that I thought were cool, and then I would be like, nah, that's crazy. But yeah, so that was probably around when I was like doing comedy, sports, improv, and shit. By the way, pretty skinny there, and then I just started like fries. You could tell fries and Domino's got real involved.
Yeah.
In between the 2 pictures there. Oh God, I don't even remember that one. To me, that's still good comedy.
That's great.
Nobody else laughed, but I was like, good on me. You wonder where I got that Prince Valiant hair from. I mean, literally look at what's
It's a
happening
gender
here.
neutral haircut.
This truly could be like, I mean, that literally looks like what Rumpelstiltskin would step. Like, literally look at my mother. Like, what the, and look at me. I look like if porridge were a baby. Look at that.
You look scary, dude. I'm not gonna lie. That
That
baby
is like
would scare
pale
the
as
fuck out of me.
fuck.
If I walked in a restaurant and you were looking at me like that, I'm like, we're gonna just go ahead and go.
You don't want to get your potato bun?
We're gonna pay for our
You don't
drinks
want to get
again.
your potato bun while you're here,
That
Ryan?
little French fry fucking baby over there.
Yeah. And look, whatever she's feeding me, gruel.
All right, let's wrap this
Okay,
up.
so follow me at Reynolds Gareth. I'm about to go on a tour from Vegas to New Orleans, driving everywhere. You can get tickets at GarethReynolds.com and go listen to We're Here to Help. It's with Jake Johnson. He's very famous. And get me to 100,000 followers on stuff so I can feel good. How many followers do you have?
It's different on everything.
What do you got on Instagram?
I think 175.
Must be nice.
You know, it
It's never
slowly
good
grows.
enough.
It slowly grows. It's always good. I'm very grateful to have what I have.
I'm not.
And if you don't follow me on social media, follow me on all social media at RyanSickler.com. Help Gary get over that number. Gareth get over that 100,000 mark.
It's like crazy that I've been but like we text I know you know what I mean. Then we get to recording. Don't say because it's like
I draw my O's, A's, and Y's sometimes. You know,
I need like a
come see me
chalkboard.
on tour. All tickets are available at RyanSickler.com. We'll talk to y'all next week.